by Judiciary Committee, Criminal Justice Subcommittee, Representative Cassell, and Representative Cross, and others. CS for House Bill 1389, a bill to be entitled An Act Relating to Digital Voyeurism.
Before I call on you, Representative Cassell, I think you've got an important introduction maybe this time. We'll do a twofer.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I was hoping to be able to do it at the end of the presentation of the bill.
We'll do it at the end of the presentation. You're recognized to explain your bill, CS for HB 1389.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, this is the digital voyeurism bill that we heard yesterday.
Yeah, are there any amendments?
None on the desk, Mr. Speaker.
Members, we're in debate. We're in debate. Representative Yescamani, you're recognized in debate.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. With Rep. Cassell's dad here in the audience, I just want everyone to know that she is one of the most amazing, talented, beautiful, phenomenal, and a powerful member in this body. And we are humbled to be in her presence, members. And I'm so humbled to support this bill. But more seriously, it's a very important bill. And I know it comes from a local story and a trauma experienced at a local level. And so just thank you for championing this issue. And so many young people, especially women, are impacted by this. It's disgusting, it is scary, and with the digital age, all too common. And so thank you for your leadership on this as well. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Representative True now, you're recognized in debate.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. While this is a great member, this is a very good bill.
Representative Rayner, for the Kumbaya, you're recognized.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. And Rep. Cassell, obviously, legislative bestie, one of them, because, but as well, I just am so grateful for you and this bill. You and I have had a lot of conversations about this issue. Both of us being impacted, whether it's through folks that we have known, even personally impacted about how people can invade our privacy, and just being able to have this bill, making sure that there is protection, making sure that there is actual justice for people who are victims and survivors of this is so important. And for you to be able to get this through, and also want to shout out Representative Cross and her support of this bill as well. And just really thank you, because this is a really big issue. So many, as Rep. Escamilla said, so many young people, so many women have so many untold stories about how this very issue has affected them and has changed their lives. And if they can have a little bit more of a modicum of justice because of this bill, I'm just so grateful for you. So thank you.
Representative Overdorf in a debate.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Representative Cassell, I want to thank you for the hard work that you put in on this. You saw a bill, you saw an area that needed work, you updated the statutes that are there, and I want to thank you for the work that you did there. You know, members, we talk a lot about property rights, we talk a lot about individual rights. This bill recognizes that and recognizes the dangers of digital voyeurism. And now the punishment, if you will, fits the crime. And I'm grateful that you have recognized that with the volume that is out there. And this is a bill that also not only protects adults, but protects children. And you've recognized that. Members, you don't really understand how much work Representative Cassell put into this. And this is a model of how, as a member, if you want a bill passed, how you should do that. We all received cards, we received write-ups, we received calls. She made sure it was heard. Members, if you want a bill passed, ask Representative Cassell how she did it. Very proud of you, very proud to mash the green button when this comes through. Thank you for the work that you've done on this.
Representative Hunchowski in debate.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I, too, want to commend Representative Cassell, who is a fierce woman in this process, who is always working on legislation to support women. And I know more people are affected by this, but I know a lot of young women are affected by this. And the stick-to-itness, the perseverance, the research, the hard work that you put into everything you do is just remarkable. And I am so glad that you and Representative Cross are bringing this bill over the finish line. Thank you.
Leader Driscoll in debate. You're recognized.
Thank you so much. And I'm so proud of my members on this very good bill. And thank you for, frankly, modernizing this section of the law, right? It used to be video voyeurism. We need to bring it into the modern age. It's about, yes, protecting women. It's about protecting kids. It's about protecting all of us. And, I said I got the chance to talk to your dad before we came onto the floor today, and I was telling him how proud I am of you, but I want the whole world to know these are my freshmen, guys. Thank you. Look forward
Representative
to voting out.
Bartleman, in debate.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I just want to say, as a mother of 2 daughters, thank you. On behalf of all of the mothers out there, what you're doing to protect them. We appreciate you. I'm so glad to serve with you, and thank you so much. And thank you, Representative Cross, as well.
Further debate. Members wishing to debate. Representative Cross, you want to debate or close? You're going to debate. Representative Cross from Representative Cassell's desk. You're recognized.
Thank you, members. Today we have an incredible opportunity to do what no other state in the nation has done, and that is to increase penalties and accountability for sexual predators who are using digital spaces to exploit children, women, and the most vulnerable in our society. I was drawn to this issue and this bill based on the horrific stories I have heard from a friend of 25 years who is a leader in this space. She is an international policy expert who works with the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe and NATO countries to help write policy for protections of human trafficking victims. Here in the U.S., she is a survivor leader and helps many states and the federal government to develop ethically crafted laws with strong accountability. Kelly is watching us today on the Florida Channel, and she could not be more proud that we are about to pass this bill. Because the truth is that many predators, particularly those using digital spaces, go unscathed because they haven't been caught. In the US, only about 3% of predators are caught, with a 1% conviction rate across the board. We must do better to protect our children, our women, and our community members. This bill is another tool that ensures that the punishment is commensurate with the crime, and that along with protective provisions in HB 1 and HB 3, we are helping to protect our children, women, and others who, through no fault of their own, are victims of these disgusting crimes. So thank you, members, today when you go to vote, and thank you, Representative Cassell, for your leadership and for allowing me to co-prime this very important piece of legislation.
Members, because Representative Cassell is a daddy's girl and her daddy is here, I made the executive decision to extend debate for 2 minutes just so that we could all help to make her shine up to the light that she has. Representative Cassell, you're recognized to close on your good bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I really do appreciate that additional time. Members, from September 22nd of 2020 to September 1st, 2021, Rachel Steele's stepfather, a man that she considered family for 20 years, installed 2 miniature cameras in her bathroom, including inside her toilet and facing her mirror, to ensure he recorded her in the most intimate moments. He went so far as repositioning the camera on an almost daily basis to achieve better angles. Rachel's stepfather took over 8,000 hours of video, resulting in 63 videos and 772 screenshots over a period of 344 days, of which Rachel was unknowingly under constant surveillance. Due to inconsistencies in the existing law, which we're about to change with your favorable support, the state attorney's office was only able to charge Rachel's stepfather with 1 count of video voyeurism, where he was sentenced to only 364 days in the county jail. Members, he spent less time in jail than he did recording her. HB 1389 makes many important changes to the voyeurism statute and ensures that injustices like Rachel suffered don't happen again. In anticipation of your favorable support, I would like to take this opportunity to thank just a few people. First and foremost, my state attorney's office, where I had the opportunity to serve as a young lawyer. 2 assistant state attorneys that I worked very closely with during my time there brought me this bill and said, what can we do? You know, there's no worse feeling when you're an assistant state attorney and your job is to bring justice to victims and you can't bring that justice. And that's what happened in Rachel's case. So they went outside the box and said, what more can we do? And they brought this to me. I also really want to thank staff, specifically Trina and Whitney. They were absolutely incredible. Representative Overdorf mentioned the amount of time that we spent on this bill, and we started working on the language over the summer. Countless hours, countless Zoom calls, numerous conversations really to get this language just right, and I'm happy to say that I think that's where we got. I also want to thank my prime co-Representative Cross for recognizing the importance of this bill and stepping up and engaging in this important conversation. But most importantly, members, I want to thank Rachel Steele and her mother, Margot, who is with us today in the West Gallery. Unfortunately, Rachel couldn't be here, but her mother is here. You know, it takes somebody who's willing to take their story to advocate for themselves and know that they don't want something like this to happen again. So I am honored to have met Rachel and Margot in this process and to have been their voice when they felt the justice system didn't do that. So today we will make this great change and we will protect people to make sure this situation doesn't happen to other Rachels out there. So members, I ask for your favorable support and I close.
Having made close, the question now recurs on CS for HB 1389. The clerk will unlock the machine and members will cast your votes. Have all members cast your vote? Have all members voted? Clerk will lock the machine and announce the vote.
116 yeas, 0 nays, Mr. Speaker.
The bill passes. Read the next bill.
By Representative Casello and Representative Keene, House Bill 93.